Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and happy birthday, America, right? We are so glad that you have joined us on this so far dry July the 4th. And we're hoping those rains will stay away just a little bit longer. We welcome you to this 4th of July concert by the Jessamine Community Band. I am once again honored to be your master of ceremonies for this afternoon. My name is Doug Payne, and we've got a great concert for you today. We are under the direction of our directors Alan Jacobus and Tim Johnson, and we've got a lineup of some great music. Yeah, let's give them a little bit of applause. They do some pretty good work. We want to ask you if you wouldn't mind do a couple things for us this afternoon. First off, out of courtesy to our performers and to those around you, if you would silence your cell phones for us, we would appreciate that. And also, if you would kind of keep your talk down to a minimum, that would be nice as well, to kind of make sure that we can hear the music really well and those around you can too. All right, we're going to start this afternoon with a great song that is one that we all know for today, our Star Spangled Banner. We're going to play our national anthem. We'll ask that you stand and join us in the singing of the Star Spangled Banner. You know, an important part of American history comes to life through our next piece of music. This familiar patriotic anthem, Chester, was written by William Billings back in 1770, and it's woven throughout the work, coupled with an engaging original melody. This dynamic setting is both rhythmic and powerful. We hope you enjoy now, March to Concord. Now, you may not have known, but July 4th is also the birthday of Stephen Foster. Now, although he is not a native Kentuckian, he has been endeared to our hearts by his music, especially that song that became our state song. This beautiful arrangement of My Old Kentucky Home has been skillfully arranged by our own conductor, Tim Johnson. So we invite you to stand now and join us in singing My Old Kentucky Home. Now this next song is called Message on the Rock, and it's a musical representation of a rather unusual artwork that can be found in a field west of Des Moines in Adair County, Iowa. Some of you may have been there. Artist Ray Sorensen of Greenfield, Iowa, discovered that a rock had been for some time painted with graffiti. So he decided that the rock should be properly painted once and for all, and he did so with a truly remarkable skill. He emblazoned the sides of the rock with battle scenes from our nation's history, including Washington's crossing of the Delaware and scenes from 9/11. Fragments of speeches from America's presidents are included, and an American flag drapes the rock. It's now known as Freedom Rock. Now, the opening of this song is a military-sounding march that leads to a solemn section over which you will hear the reading of the famous speeches painted on the rock while a muted trumpet plays taps. The initial march theme returns with fragments of numerous patriotic melodies juxtaposed with the original melody that grows to an exhilarating ending. Ladies and gentlemen, this is The Message on the Rock. Son gave all. to pay tribute to the men and women of our armed forces who have served our country. In this song, you will hear the theme song of each branch of our military, and I will announce each branch of the service as their theme song is played. If you are able, we will ask that you stand during your song so that we can recognize you for your service to our country. Ladies and gentlemen, the marches of the armed forces. Before our band plays its final selection, I want to mention that this band is a community organization. Today marks the first anniversary of its first concert. In fact, its first one was a year ago today at this festival. Hard to believe that this community band started out with 8 people, and it has grown to what you see today. The other day on Facebook, I mentioned that this, I think, is a hidden gem in our community. Yes, it is. But you know, they have room for more. If you are interested in joining their band, they would love to have you. And even though it's called Jessamine Community Band, you don't have to be a member of Jessamine County to play. They would love to have you. So if you are interested in taking out that instrument, blowing off that dust, they would love to have you. All you have to do is see Alan Jacoba standing here, Tim Johnson, who you just saw, or any of the members, and they'll be glad to tell you about their practice times, how they do it. I also want to mention to you, they are not funded by any group. They do all this just because they love music and they love to play. But they do have some expenses. And you know where they get those, pay for those? Out of their own pocket. But if you would like to help them, they've got a little bitty blue box set up over here in this chair. I think it'd be great if today that little box couldn't hold the dollar bills that you would put in it for them. They're not a 501c or anything like that, but it would be great because it could help them maybe buy some sheet music and things like that. So maybe before you leave today, if you appreciate the fact that they come out in this hot weather to entertain you, put a few dollars in that box. I think it would be worth it. This is great free entertainment, folks.
Amen.
All right? All right. And look for other great concerts they have. I know they usually have one, I think maybe in the fall, maybe around Christmas, something like that.
Okay.
So watch. They have a Facebook page you can watch and find out when they're going to be. All right. They're going to end their program with a stirring rendition of America the Beautiful. Now, the author of this song, Catherine Lee Bates, was born way back in 1859. She was a young English teacher who was also a poet. And she wrote America the Beautiful when she was 33 years old, 2 years following a sightseeing trip to Pikes Peak, Colorado in 1893. She still remembered how awestruck she was with the area of our country. And she wrote a poem that has been embraced by the people of America. Her poem explores the lingering impact of the victories and joys experienced by all Americans. She includes a stirring exhortation that all Americans should recognize the grace of God extended to our people in the dramatic developments that shaped our country. The musical setting now used in Bates' poem was written in 1882 by composer and organist Samuel Augustus Ward. He wrote the tune in his head while on a ferry boat trip from Coney Island back to his home in New York City. Again, we appreciate your attendance today. We wish you a great 4th of July. And now the Jessamine Community Band with America the Beautiful. Presley. Ladies and gentlemen. Tim Johnson in the back, Alan Jacobus, the Jessamine Community Band. Thanks for attending. Happy 4th of July, everybody.